place to connect, grow, and worship, discover Franklin First United Methodist Church in downtown Franklin. Join us every Sunday for 2 uplifting services. Experience our traditional service at 9 a.m., where hymns and heartfelt messages bring our community together. Or come to our contemporary worship service at 11 a.m., where you'll find a lively atmosphere filled with modern music and inspiration. No matter where you are on your faith journey, there's a place for you here. Join us this Sunday at Franklin First United Methodist Church. We can't wait to welcome you home.
What makes us special is that we look for the story when it comes to our customers.
Just listening to them, talking to them, figuring out a little bit about their background. A larger bank is not going to ask you those questions to figure out the end goal for you.
We stuck with Franklin Bank and Trust for over 10 years, easily because of the service.
I like to think of us more than just checking accounts and loans and things, but dreams and goals and aspirations is what we're trying to help people reach.
Franklin Bank and Trust, hometown banking at its best.
I don't do the most, but I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot. Yeah, coming in hot. Just like the fajita. I write what I live. My life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow.
There are buttons to button, snacks to prepare, math problems to help with, and boo-boos to kiss. If you have people who need you, you need life insurance. Talk to a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent about a policy that protects the ones you love. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
Looking for a place to connect, grow.
No, it's a fan of.
Mr. Smith, what was that call about last Friday night?
Well, Doc, I thought he crossed the line.
I'm pretty sure everyone in the stands thought you were the one that crossed the line with that call.
I guess I get that all the time, Doc.
Well, I'm glad you finally came in here to get your eyes checked at Wilkins Eye Care.
And like I said, I hear that all the time.
Go, Cats!
Wilkins Eye Care, 705 North Main Street, Franklin, Kentucky.
Join us for a magical day at the
It feels good to be back home, especially for the Franklin Simpson girls basketball team who spent the entire offseason with 2 missions. One of them, obviously, to get to Lexington and compete for a state championship. The other was to go to Owensboro and compete for a 2A state championship. And all along, if you looked at the teams there, you looked at the path there, Franklin Simpson from the outside looking in were the favorites to come home with that 2A state title. That's not how things shook out. The Lady Cats were able to overcome a poor offensive performance in their opening game of that tournament in Owensboro against Nelson County, but they couldn't do it twice as they fell to a good Franklin County team. Let's be very clear. They were ranked number 7 in the state at the time. They've now jumped in to the top 5 in the state of Kentucky. But for the Lady Cats of Franklin Simpson, That's loss number 2 on the season after they only dropped 1 in the regular season last year. But an opportunity to get on track tonight as things are leveled the rest of the way this year. It's what we're used to as Franklin Simpson fans. So many region games coming up for the Lady Cats, 10 straight to be exact, and 3 of the next 4 at home for these Lady Cats of Franklin Simpson, as well for a Wildcat squad that is looking to build some momentum as both teams get set for the district and region tournaments. I'm Tyler Eaton, joined by Tavius Babb, and tonight, TB, the task for both teams, Greenwood. The Gators on the girls' side, 8-7 on the season. They've won 3 straight games. They're piecing together the best basketball they've played of the year. The Gators on the other side, they continue to be a solid team under what feels like longtime head coach Will McCoy, just because of how much turnover there's been elsewhere in the region. They're a great team at 13-6 on the year. Focusing on this girls matchup because that's what we've got first. For Franklin Simpson, almost every region game, TB, we're going to say that this game is more about the Lady Cats than it is the opposing team. And if there's one thing that's clear, especially in the home gym, Franklin Simpson has got to find a way to shoot the ball and shoot it well.
Exactly, and what they really got to work on is their half-court sets. We've seen this team run in transition all season long, but in that, specifically in the 2A tournament, what we saw is that these teams like to pack the paint, like to stack the paint, everybody against Larisha. And so if you're Franklin Simpson, you got to get some shooting from the perimeter.
The Lady Cats shot 30% from the field for that tournament, and the glaring issue was the three-point shooting in that tournament as a team. 3 for 31, 0 for 9 in that semifinal loss against Franklin County. All 9 of those shots coming from Jasmine Savage, who went 3 for 18 in the first game against Nelson County. They just kept daring her to shoot, and she made them pay at the right times. It's what we saw against South Warren, where Franklin Simpson squeaked out a closer perhaps than it should have been win against the Spartans. Savage struck when she had to in the fourth quarter, but TB, I think you're right. It's more than just the three-point shooting. That's the number that stands out. It's the one that people notice, but the Lady Cats have to find a way to score in the half court, and they've got to find a way to get Larisha Cawthorn going when teams pack the paint. She only scored 29 points in that tournament. Mind you, she's averaging over 20 per game this season. Her efficiency has dipped a little bit because of how crowded the paint has become. She's been held under 20 points for 3 straight games now. They've got to find a way to get her involved, and it can't just be through bully ball, because if your plan is to prep for the region and state tournaments, it's what you said. You've got to have those half-court sets ironed out.
Yeah, and I think so. Just having these other players come along, having the Chloe Smith, having the Lanaya Brown come along and really ease up the pressure. Jasmine Savage on the perimeter, ease up the pressure for Larisha, where they have to respect all the other players on this team and not just focus everything on Larisha, which, again, going into this next stretch of games and these good region teams going into district play, that's what you're going to be seeing a lot of. And so if you're Franklin Simpson, you got to hammer out these details before you get to that regional tournament.
Lanaya Brown was our player of the game, presented by Pelican Snowballs of Franklin in the opening game of that tournament against Nelson County. Vanessa Ray was named to the all-tournament team alongside Larisha. Had a really solid final game, scoring in double figures. But the issue overall, we talked about the three-point shooting. The free throw shooting was a struggle for Franklin Simpson for the tournament as a whole. They go just 10 for 24 in the opening game, improved a little bit at 9 for 17 in that second game, but lost that battle big time as Franklin County went 20 for 25, which is exactly what Boyd County did at the 2A state tournament last year. Handed Franklin Simpson their only loss of the regular season. On the positive side, TB, the defense continues to be fantastic. They held Nelson County their second lowest score of the season at 28 points. Franklin County scored their least points of the year, but it speaks to the offensive struggles that last year, the Lady Cats, when they held teams under 50, they couldn't be beaten. They were 28-0. This year, they've lost 2 such games. When that has happened, the scoring is down 6 points per game overall. We know that the defense is going to continue to be elite, but I love that you bring up those other players, because we saw Chloe Smith had a really good stretch of offensive play. She's didn't quite piece it together like she did last year at the 2A tournament. She was in double figures every game up there. Didn't particularly struggle from the floor, just really didn't shoot it much up there. Scored 4 points in both of those games. And you've got to find some consistency where it's not just Larisha and one player. It needs to be Larisha and 2 or 3 of these other players scoring the ball.
And even with that, the efficiency, right? We've seen this team be so efficient when they're able to pass the ball and really move the ball and get open looks. I mean, I've seen countless times of Chloe Chloe Smith having the ball around the free throw line and dropping it down to Larisha or vice versa. And so if this team really wants to compete in this region, in the state, they're really going to have to find a way to shoot better from the field.
We're going to take our first break. When we come back, we'll take a closer look at this Greenwood Lady Gators team. They're 8-7 on the year, but they've won 3 straight, and they're playing their best basketball of the season up to this point. It's Franklin Simpson and Greenwood in a doubleheader with the girls up first here on 92.3 WFKN. Let's do a minute and a half here. Yeah. It's still just really loud coming through there. Is it still the same way now? Oh, that sent it back through my ears. Yeah, it was. Let's see. I'll be honest.
Maybe turn the gain down.
It's better now because the band is quiet.
Try turning the gain down so it doesn't pick up a lot more of the background noise.
I'm trying to figure out what of this mixer to turn down might help. Because these are down. That adds a lot of it.
But don't you just love the feel of hearing the crowd?
There's a lot of crowd.
As we're trying to yell through the mics.
I still think, unfortunately, Kendra must be our mixer. That just might be what we're working with. Yes. I'll keep trying to tinker with it, though. Back with you here at Franklin Simpson High School, where the Lady Cats are gearing up to take on Greenwood in the first of these 2 games that we've got for you. A boy-girl doubleheader. Lady Cats up first with the Wildcats to follow. Tyler Eaton joined by Tavius Babb. And TB, I mentioned this Greenwood team playing extremely well as of late, but they've had to do it in different ways. They had put up 60-plus points in back-to-back games and then had to grind out a 29-27 district win out South Warren. A lot of that had to do with the Spartans going 1 for 18 from outside, but a lot of that had to do with the Greenwood defense forcing them to do that from outside. They're a pretty solid defensive team. They only give up 44 points per game this season. They hold teams to 36 points per game in their 8 wins, which, just to compare, is right around the mark that Franklin Simpson gives up overall on the season defensively. They've been on the road a ton. This is the 5th game of a 6-game road swing, and they're going to come out here. They're going to shoot the ball, and they've got 2 main girls that'll do it. 5'3", 8th grader Ansley Hendricks. She's their leading scorer, 11 points per game. She's made at least 4 3-pointers in 3 straight games. All of those, of course, over this winning streak. And then 5'9" senior Savannah White. She's averaging 9 points per game. Has made at least 4 threes in 3 games this season as well. Hendricks has really become the go-to player, TB. So it would not surprise me in a situation like this if we see something similar to what we saw against Meade County, where it's a lot of Majayla Butler, it's a lot of Sanaya Downey, just throwing a lot of different bodies trying to slow Hendricks down.
Yeah, and kind of going back to what you and Coach Spencer talked about a couple days ago, right? These Franklin Simpson guards are just so athletic. It's really hard for any team to go against this team. And so when it comes to really slowing down Aisley Hendrick, who has been phenomenal this season, I think you just don't allow her to kind of get the typical shots that you want. You take away her tendencies. You've done your film study. And so if you're Franklin Simpson, and you don't want to go to the free throw line because she is near automatic, shooting 74% from the free throw line, 20 for 27 on the year. I mean, that's the last thing you'd want to do with this Greenwood team.
She's averaging nearly 18 points per game over the course of this winning streak, shooting 14 for 29 from outside. And White is kind of faded as of late. It's become the Hendricks show. White scored 10-plus in 5 straight to start the season, and Hendricks has really taken over since then. There's only been 1 double-digit scoring performance from White outside of those opening 5 games. The keys for Franklin Simpson obviously stop the 3-ball, but this is a Greenwood team that really struggles on the boards. They only average 24 rebounds per game, and that's an area that we usually see Franklin Simpson thrive. They still won that battle against Franklin County despite the loss at the 2A. Need the Lady Cats to come out focused and rebound intentionally in this game.
Yeah, you got to. You have have to be very intentional of getting these boards and really not allowing this team to run in transition. I think the big thing is Greenwood, they're going to really want to take a swing at it in the first quarter, get a lead, and really make Franklin play with some pressure. So if you're Franklin, you got to really weather the storm that might just kind of come out of nowhere and really put the pedal to the metal.
For a second straight game, the Lady Cats trying to win head coach Ashley Taylor her 100th career game. She's 99 and 26 now in her 5th season at Franklin Simpson High School. She's been especially dominant on this floor. 36-6 overall at home. The Lady Cats have won 17 straight spanning the last 2 years. They won the lone matchup between these two teams last season, 66-42 at Greenwood. The Lady Gators gave Franklin Simpson a fight, but it was Franklin Simpson who came out on top, largely in part because of a 4-for-7 performance from outside for Jasmine Savage. Would love to see her get it going in this ball game for Franklin Simpson. All of us would love to see head coach Ashley Taylor pick up career win number 100. Will she do it? We'll find out together after this. The national anthem is on the way, so we'll step away when we come back. Starting lineups and tip-off for this girls matchup between Franklin Simpson and Greenwood here on 92.3 WFKN. I will let you know when to bring it back because I've got to go help with Larisha's 1,000 rebound thing.
Can we have everyone's attention for just a moment before we get to the lineups? We would like to take this moment to honor a special Lady Cat who on December 27th in a home game against Eaton County recorded her 1,000th career rebound. Senior Larisha Cawthorn. Who since then has already grabbed 72 more rebounds, so we need to make this presentation pretty fast before she gets another one. In her time at Franklin Simpson over the last year and a half, Larisha has led the Lady Cats to a 44-3 record and been a role model for our youth off the court. She's committed to play Division I basketball at Tennessee Tech next year, but will forever be a part of the Franklin Simpson family. One more time, please join us in congratulating Larisha Cawthorn.
All right, Kendra, to bring it back.
We're live tonight. Come on, hitter, featuring the Greenwood Lady Gators and your Franklin Simpson Lady Cats. Let's meet the starting lineup first. Position on the scoreboard, Greenwood. In play, number 1, Ainsley Hendricks. Up freshman 15, Thomas Fidel. A sophomore 10, Thomas King. Up senior 5, Savannah White. And senior 11, Grayson Needle. Head coach of the Lady Gators, Clarence Williams. Coach Solid, Avery Duncan, Rachel Evans, Leanne Freeman, Nick Roberts and Brad Thomas. And now, let's try to go Franklin Simpson.
Starting lineups are being announced here at Franklin Simpson High School, so let's meet them as well. First for Greenwood, the Lady Gators coming in with 8 wins, 7 losses on the season. They're under a new coach. If you haven't been able to pay attention for a long time, they were under the same coach. Coach Simpson was with these Lady Gators for quite a stretch. They're under second-year head coach Terrence Williams, went 14-17 last year before losing in the opening round of the 14th district tournament. For his Lady Gators, we talked about the stars in the backcourt. 5'3" 8th grader Ansley Hendricks, and then 5'9" senior Savannah White. Those two, their leading scorers, combining for about 20 points per game. Joining them in the starting lineup is sophomore Molly Tandy, Grayson Nealon, who is their best rebounder, standing at 6'1", and then Molly Spidell, a 5'7" freshman at guard, averaging 8 points, 4 rebounds per game. She's made 12 three-pointers on the season. For Franklin Simpson, the Lady Cats 14-2 on the season under fifth-year head coach Ashley Taylor, who again is pursuing win number 100 for her career here as the head coach of the Lady Cats. 3 guards, 2 forwards. The backcourt, all seniors: Lanaya Brown, Jasmine Savage, and Vanessa Ray, and the best front court duo this region has to offer: Chloe Smith, the 5'8" junior, and 5'11" senior Larisha Cawthorn, who was just honored for her 1,000th career rebound, which came 72 rebounds ago against Meade County in December. And with that out of the way, we're ready to get this game underway. Risha will go up for the tip. It's actually hit. I think this will be the first time, TB, we've seen the other player hit it, but it still goes to Franklin Simpson, and the Lady Cats get the first possession.
And a 2-3 zone, or excuse me, like a modified 2-3-3-2 zone.
And they're going to pack the paint against these Lady Cats. They're already showing it at all times. 4 players have a foot in the box. Up top, Cawthorn has it, puts it on the floor, gets in to the left block, leaves it for Lanaya Brown on the right side, and her layup is good.
And we talked about it early in the game, right? Being able to pass the ball when you're in the paint, that was a huge deal. Easy shot for Lanaya, great assist by Cawthorn.
And I love here using Larisha as a driver, getting the ball in her hands on the perimeter. She's a good enough dribbler, and the Lady Cats are good enough on defense for Larisha to pick up a steal. Bullets one to the right block to Brown. She's got 4 already. Risha got the steal. She had 6 of those in the opening game of the 2A tournament, as did Lanaya Brown, and she's already got 4 points. That's the score, 4-0 FS a minute in.
And we already talked about how suffocating this defense is. They were able to deflect any pass that comes their way.
And Greenwood cannot afford turnovers in this game. They've got to make this a half-court game on both sides. Left side, pass deflected. Ray can't chase it down as it goes into the scorer's table.
Another deflection already. Franklin Simpson, we talked about it, right? One of the top defenses in the state. If they can really get this offense going like we saw in the first couple of possessions, this team really can make a run anywhere.
Ball goes on the far right side as Greenwood gets it back in. Ray is pressuring all over White. They get it on the elbow. A double team brought against the big knee. Down it goes onto the left block. Smith, though, bats it away from Spadell, and it'll stay underneath with the Lady Gators. 6.5 minutes left, opening quarter, 4-0 Franklin Simpson.
And it's interesting to note, Hendricks is inbounding the ball. Usually you would see your best player maybe trying to receive a pass. She throws it over across half court and chased down.
In high school, you're able to do it, so it's chased down in the backcourt by Tandy, the sophomore guard, who then has it ripped away anyway by Lanaya Brown. To Vanessa Ray left side. Chloe Smith, free throw line. She tries a contested jumper, had it blocked, but it goes right in the hands of Larisha Cawthorn, who drops it in for 2, and Greenwood has to use an early timeout. 6:17 left first quarter. It's 6-0 Franklin Simpson. Pace-wise, TB, this is everything Franklin Simpson wants it to be.
Everything you want it to be. And again, I just have to go back to that first possession. That was pitch perfect for them. Being, like you said, use Larisha as a driver, and so that attention that she already garnishes, every head is looking towards her, and that's what kind of set up an opening shot that really, honestly, turned the clock for this entire quarter.
The Lady
Smith, what was that call about last Friday night?
Well, Doc, I thought he crossed the line.
I'm pretty sure everyone in the stands thought you were the one that crossed the line with that call.
I guess I get that all the time, Doc.
Well, I'm glad you finally came in here to get your eyes checked at Wilkins Eye Care.
And like I said, I hear that all the time.
Go, Cats!
Wilkins.
Franklin Simpson put the pressure on and ran away with that game. It was a 7-point game going into the fourth quarter. It was a 16-point Franklin Simpson win. And Coach Savage said, we can't just press everybody because when we face really good teams, that's not going to work. And here, the Lady Cats coming out with some pressure. I'm interesting to see how long that sticks here as they take advantage of a young Greenwood backcourt led by the 8th grader Hendricks, who brings it across and now holds it top of the key. Gives it over on the left wing to the sophomore Tandy, being guarded loosely right now by Smith. What at the moment is really a back and forth 2-3 zone defense for the Lady Cats. Cawthorn pops up top, picks off another lazy pass, takes it to the right block, and drops it in for her second bucket of the game.
And we've seen it time and time again, right? Larisha, just her long, lengthy arms being able to outstretch and deflect another pass for another steal.
Ball on the far side in the hands of Hendricks. Greenwood scoreless so far, 2.5 minutes in. And Brown knocks one away on the far side as Spencer and Butler will come in. We'll also see Ava Morrison for the first time for Greenwood. Morrison, a junior, averaging 2.5 points, 1.5 rebounds. Brown and Smith out for the Lady Cats as Spencer and Butler check in. Majela does pick up that assignment against Hendricks as we thought. She's Hendricks tries a right side shot, pushed it long. Spencer fighting for the rebound and has it taken away by Nealon, who then throws it away into the corner, trying to get it to Morrison. And here we see a bigger lineup from Greenwood as they bring in Morrison, the forward, to go alongside the 6'1" Nealon. It worked for one offensive rebound, and then they threw it away.
Yeah, and I think that'll be the big. They're going to have to get up shot attempts. That was their first shot attempt of the game.
Ray puts it on the floor, gives it to Savage. Thought about a three, but then gives it back to Vanessa. Free throw line, pull up Jay. Rattles off, no good. Rebound fought for, batted by Butler, then collected on the baseline by Nealon. She stepped out of bounds. So it'll stay with Franklin Simpson underneath their own back. 5:07 left in the first quarter, leading at 8-0 in pursuit of Coach Taylor's 100th win. Ray gives it to Spencer. Right block, turns, fires, has it blocked by Morrison, and it's cleared by Nealon for Greenwood.
And that was probably their best defensive possession they've had all game. And right now we have a Vanessa Ray kind of in the backcourt.
She's slow to get back. Pass deflected by Cawthorn. Butler up with it. Ahead to Larisha Cawthorn. Underneath, she's tripped up. No call, falls down. It's got to be a foul or a travel. One of the two. And they do call it a walk, as I think Vanessa Ray lost her contact. Last year, she wore glasses for half the season, then one day stopped. She came off holding her eye, and then it looked like she was able to track down her contact on the floor.
That's good news.
She's going to come out for a moment as Lanaya Brown checks back in. 4:40 left in the quarter after the Cawthorn travel. It's 8-0 Franklin Simpson.
And I love seeing Butler take on this assignment of Hendricks.
Hendricks averaging 11 points per game to lead this team. She scored in double figures 10 times this season. Has been in double figures every game of their 3-game winning streak as Cawthorn nearly picks off another pass. Falls into her own bench as it's saved back in bounds by Morrison for Greenwood. Ball goes on the right baseline. Jumper up and good. A mid-range J for Spadell over the outreach arm of Cawthorn. Makes it 8-2. Greenwood gets their first bucket. Quickly down to Cawthorn on the other end, surrounded by 4 defenders. Missed it long. Coach Taylor wanted a foul, won't get it. And then Morrison is tied up by Brown. Arrow to Greenwood.
And that's the one thing Franklin is going to try to force feed it down low. And I get it in transition. That's something that you do want. You know, the defense isn't set. But if you're Larisha, you have 3 people around you. You probably should have got that foul. But nevertheless, you know, maybe not the shot attempt you exactly wanted.
I will say, with all the foul calls up with the two-way, I think Franklin Simpson, they're not too bothered by the fact that they're getting a clean game so far. No fouls called on either side. I think they'll take it that way. As Hendricks holds it deep on the left wing, guarded by Butler. Chloe Smith back in, Spencer out. Hendricks gets to the wing. Butler cuts her off there, and they have to go back up top to Nealon. Averaging 6.5 points and a team leading 8.7 rebounds per game, and they work it to the right block and get their second bucket.
Well, actually, they added to the corner, and that was a 3-point shot from the corner. It looked like.
We'll take whatever it is. Greenwood will on the other end. Jasmine Savage wants a bucket. They won't get it.
And a couple of good possessions by Greenwood. Really this team. I kind of looked up some stats that can be inflated some here and there, but overall they average about 9 to 10 points in the first quarter, which for their average, that's pretty good for them. So they really like to get off to these hot starts.
It was Spadell that hit the three-pointer. She's got all 5 for Greenwood. They trail it by 3, though. They go back to her and now wrap it around the perimeter to Hendricks. Puts it on the floor. Hesitation, dribble, gets to the free throw line and pulls it. Tries the top of the key three off the dribble all the way around and out, but it's a rebounded down low, an offensive rebound for Nealon, who puts it in. It's a 7-0 run for Greenwood, and it's only a 1-point Franklin Simpson lead. Cawthorn, top of the key, Savage, left corner. She tees off for three. Missed it long, but Cawthorn gets the rebound on the elbow. Steps through, dumps it off for Chloe Smith. Beautiful find and a finish.
And we talked about it, right? Whenever one of these bigs are getting it right at the free throw line and they're able to find the other one, it just creates a lot of open space.
10-7, Franklin Simpson breaks the scoring run with 2.5 minutes left in the opening quarter. Hendricks up top, Nealon now sends it over on the right wing to White. Spadell gets inside, cross corner. Hendricks, cleanest look she's had. It's missed long though, and Cawthorn has the rebound. Puts it on the floor. It's 3-on-1 for Franklin Simpson. Cawthorn stops and pops from 12. Missed it long. Smith tipped the rebound. Butler got it. She's hacked and makes the bunny anyway.
And that's the beauty of having a team that runs with you. Even Greenwood, a great job on a 2-on-1 defensive possession right there. Right, 2-on-1 for Franklin Simpson, but nobody else was getting back, and so they were just able to get the offensive rebound and put it back in.
Brown and Savage come out. Ray back in as she waves at the eye. I think she's got both contacts in now. Sanaya Downey into the ball game as well, as Majayla Butler will try the free throw to try and get the three-point play. She's averaging a point per game this season. Bends and fires and makes.
And again, we were going to talk about it. The key right now is really containing Hendricks in this quarter. She got an open look this last possession, and I mean, if you're Franklin, that's the last thing you want.
A timeout's going to be taken by Greenwood. They had nothing against the Franklin Simpson full court pressure with 1:57 left in the opening quarter. 13-7, the Lady Cats lead it over these Lady Gators of Greenwood. Tyler Eaton joined by Tavius Babb here as the Lady Cats play the opening half of this doubleheader with the boys.
For a place to connect, grow, and worship, discover Franklin First United Methodist Church in downtown Franklin. Join us every Sunday for 2 uplifting services. Experience our traditional service at 9 a.m., where hymns and heartfelt messages bring our community together. Or come to our contemporary worship service at 11 a.m., where you'll find a lively atmosphere filled with modern music and inspiration. No matter where you are on your faith journey, there's a place for you here. Join us this Sunday at Franklin First United Methodist Church. We can't wait to welcome you home.
In the first 16 games, TB, the season actually starts today.
Yeah, and I think key is the way that they lost. It wasn't the fact that they played an amazing game, the game plan went accordingly. It's that that team just really buckled down and had a game plan against Franklin. And so if you're Franklin, you learn from that. You work on these things, and so that's kind of what we've seen so far in this game, where they're really utilizing Chloe and Larisha down around the free throw line area to put up some easy buckets.
So 13-7 is our score coming out of the timeout with 1:57 left in this opening quarter. Lady Gators have already used a couple timeouts. For the first time checking in is Maya Merle for Greenwood, sophomore, making her 9th appearance of the year. Hendricks tries to get it down low. It's collected at first by Morrison, but she saw a double team and took steps.
And Hendricks, you can't understand, an amazing play. I mean, she is one great ball handler, and she can kind of create space whenever she needs to. Excuse me, sorry about that. She can create space whenever she needs to. Just couldn't really get good position down low when she dumped it off.
Smith holds it up top, gives it over to Ray. Now back to Chloe. Gets inside, pulls it back out, and they go to the corner. Cawthorn wants a triple. Rattles off, no good, but an offensive rebound. And again there to clean it up is Majayla Butler. She's already got 5 points in this game, which ties her career high.
She is really playing hard right now.
Ball gets stuck on the baseline. Hendricks bumped by Ray, and there we finally get the first foul against Franklin Simpson with 1:18 left in the quarter and a 15-7 lead.
And you like it, right? Because Ray and Majayla, I mean, both of them have taken on this assignment of Hendricks. So on the defensive end, she is working hard. On the offensive end, she isn't taking any plays off.
Cawthorn will come out and get a breather. It's Smith, Butler, Downey, Ray, and Brown as Vanessa streamlines in and takes away the inbounds pass. Tries to throw it to a cutter in Brown, but it goes off the leg of Nealon and out of bounds underneath for Franklin Simpson.
And we talked about something that this team is amazing at, and that's stealing the ball and getting deflections. 6 deflections in this game already, 4 steals for Simpson.
Smith gets it up top, thought about a 3 feet off the line and didn't take it. Instead gives it off to Lanaya Brown. Ray, one dribble, back to Lanaya on the right side. Looked into the teeth of the Greenwood zone, and instead they reset top with Ray under a minute left in the quarter with an 8-point lead. Right side Butler, back to Ray, into the corner Brown, puts it on the floor, gets inside, tries a jumper, has it blocked down there by Nealon. She has been very active defensively for Greenwood. And the rebound off of Franklin Simpson to the Lady Gators with 47 seconds left in the opening quarter.
And again, that's the hard part about driving in those short corners, that she is kind of lurking there, able to really contest any shot from any player, maybe outside of Larisha.
Hendricks brings it up, hounded by Ray, nearly knocked it away, but recovers it outside. Then had it poked away again. Ray goes on the floor, jump ball called, arrow, Franklin Simpson.
And that's what we talked about, right, with these Franklin Simpson guards. They are tenacious on defense, and I mean, honestly, that's just her just seeing the ball and just like, hey, I want it more than you.
Ray will bring it across half court. They've got 30 seconds left as Savage is checked back in for the Lady Cats. It's a 3-2 zone look that they've got now, but still using it to guard the inside as no one is within a step of the three-point line. Ray taking her time at the half-court logo. And they'll set up the play with 13 seconds left. To Smith, right back to Ray, top of the key. Drive, gets a screen, picks up her dribble. Cawthorn on the left wing, into the corner, Savage. Baseline, Brown, bounce pass. Smith catches it spinning. Outside, Cawthorn at the horn, rattles around and out. And that'll do it for the opening quarter. Larisha Cawthorn hunting the first three-pointer that she's had since the third game of the season. Tried it twice, couldn't connect, but it's still Lady Cats. 15-7 after one here at Franklin Simpson on 92.3 WFKN. We can do a minute. We can do a minute. Yeah.
Isn't your book hitting the court?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Through one, Franklin Simpson leads 15-7 over the Lady Gators of Greenwood. Tyler Reeton joined by Tavius Babb. As TB, if I gave you 5 or 6 guesses at who the leading scorer is through the opening quarter, I don't know if within any of those you would take Majayla Butler to be leading the way for Franklin Simpson.
No, I wouldn't, but she has been perfect from the field right now, and those 2 offensive rebounds, very timely. This team right now, again, can always do damage from 2-point range. Their 3-point shooting woes are still there, 0 for 4 in the first quarter, but we're going to see if they can turn it around.
Ball is on the left wing in the hands of Hunt. They swing it around the perimeter. Deep three is going to be taken and missed by White. She was 4 feet off the line on the right wing, and it's rebounded out there by Hendricks. Then her pass deflected by Butler and out of bounds into the Franklin Simpson bench.
And that was a deep three. I was surprised to see her take that shot. Maybe that's something that she likes to do. But again, Franklin Simpson, these deflections are starting to pile up. And another steal right now for Franklin Simpson.
Cawthorn up with it, sends it up ahead. Lanaya Brown stuck on the right block and couldn't control the pass. It was one of those classic Cawthorn Hail Marys, but it'll go back to Greenwood as it goes out of bounds on the baseline.
And something to note in that first quarter, that while we're here, this Franklin Simpson team shot 15 shots in the first quarter, 7 for 15, 7 for 11 from 2. Greenwood only 3 for 6, so they only got 6 shots in that first quarter.
And good to see the efficiency on the side of Franklin Simpson as well. Hendricks has it up top, fakes a pass, now sends it into the corner into the hands of Nealon. Her pass deflected, and Butler is able to force it off the body of Hunt and out of bounds.
And again, it's just the deflections, man. I mean, this team, when they're really locked in and engaged, they just tip the ball on all facets of the court, even in this extended zone.
Ray has it up top, wraps around, and sends it into the corner. Brown gets inside, pulls turn 12, missed it short, but Cawthorn cleans it up.
And who else to clean it up but Cawthorn? And again, that's the one thing, right? Whenever a shot goes up, it seems like she is just lost in the shuffle. Nobody boxing her out.
Now 17-7 Franklin Simpson as Ray picks off the pass. She gets down low, gyros from right to left and scores her first bucket of the game. 19-7, 6.5 minutes left before halftime. Turnovers killing Greenwood right now.
That's 7 on the game, second in the quarter in the first minute and a half.
Nealon has it up top, sends it over to Hendricks. Drives, stuck on the elbow and pulls it back out to the wing. Guarded by Savage. Steps into a 3, 2 feet off the line. Missed it long. Rebound batted out by Nealon, and it'll go to Franklin Simpson.
And again, that's the thing, right? When this Franklin Simpson team is kind of rolling, these other teams aren't really able to get many shot attempts up. That's their second shot attempt. Again, 3-point shots, they can't really get a shot that they want because they're not able to get the ball down low because Franklin Simpson is just not allowing them to pass the ball near the paint.
Ray gets it on the elbow, drives in, kicks it out to Butler, who holds it in the corner. We're 2 minutes into the second quarter, and the Lady Cats lead at 19-7. Cawthorn back out to Ray, wraps around the elbow, sends it out Savage, wide open for 3. It's missed long, with another offensive rebound though, stuck there on the block, gives it out to Ray and they'll reset. Nessa to Cawthorn, left side, tries another 3. That one misses off the heel and it's chased down near side by Hendricks. She'll bring it across half court herself. Hendricks drives from left to right, gives it up at the top of the key. Now they work it right side. 3-pointer on the way. This one left short and out of bounds to Franklin Simpson off the miss by Tandy.
And that's their third shot of the quarter. All 3 points, all 3-point bombs, like long, deep threes. And again, this Franklin Simpson team, to note on that last offensive possession, right? What they had to do is they had Larisha cut into the paint, and that cleared the right short corner player to kind of suck in, and that gave an open 3-point shot to Jasmine, and she wasn't able to connect it.
This time she steps in for a long 2, missed that one long, but a foul is going to be called on Butler going over the back to get what would have been another offensive rebound. Abby Riley in for the first time for Franklin Simpson. Sanaya Downey will come in as well. Savage comes out with 5:10 left before halftime. It's 19-7 Lady Cats.
And if you're Franklin, I mean, you're scoring well from 2. You just got to break this 3-point streak of just not hitting anything.
Hendricks sends it over on the right side, then gets it right back. She has not left this game. Now gives it up into the corner. 3-pointer fake. Now it's sent cross court. Elbow. Nealon collects back out to Hendricks. Guarded by Riley. Hendricks, their star, averaging 11 points per game, is scoreless so far in this one. Tries to send it cross court. Riley bats it away. Can't chase it down to the backcourt as Savannah White comes up with it. But a great play by Riley, and now Greenwood has to reset offensively.
This extended zone is really making it tough for Greenwood to get any kind of offense.
Ball goes into the corner, pass deflected, and Cawthorn with another steal. Gives it off to Talia Spencer, stuck with it to Riley. She's double teamed, but dribbles away, and now can calmly come across half court. Riley gives it to Spencer on the right elbow. To Cawthorn down low, was bumped and fouled trying to collect that pass.
You know, kind of jokingly, we used to talk about all the time is a triangle offense when you have somebody at the top of the key dumping it to the free throw line and then shooting it to the short corner. And if you're Franklin, that's kind of what works in a way, especially getting the ball to the paint. And I think what they just want to see happen is some of those jump shots being knocked down from the short corner or from the corner 3-point line.
Pass deflected off the inbound as Riley tried to get it in, but Hendricks steals it away. Up ahead, left block. White open, but pressured from the last moment by Riley. Missed the layup, though it's collected and thrown back up and in by Morrison. So Greenwood finally gets their first points of this quarter. It took 4 of the 8 minutes in the second frame, and it's 19-9 Franklin Simpson. Granted, they started the first quarter a 7-0 run. Abby Riley misses a corner long. Chloe Smith with an offensive rebound. Double teamed and clears it out to Vanessa Ray. Back up to Riley and they'll reset offensively. Spencer right wing. Hands off Riley. Into the corner Brown. Now right back to Abby Riley who wraps back to the top of the key.
And again, we talk about sometimes the inefficiency of Franklin, but sometimes that's just due to them getting offensive rebounds and really getting second chance opportunities.
Riley in the left corner goes down low. Smith turns, guarded by Nealon, has to kick it out. Ray fires a free throw line jumper that misses long, and Greenwood clears it with Morrison down low.
And a good offensive possession, a great set they ran, got the ball at the free throw line again, just couldn't convert it.
Hendricks bouncing around up top, finds a wide open player down low. Nobody saw Grayson Nealon down there. She's able to score, and Franklin Simpson uses the timeout. 19-11 now our score with 3:04 left in the second quarter, brought to you by Wilkins Eye Care. At Wilkins Eye Care, we love the Lady Cats and support all of the players and coaches' eye care needs. We are accepting new patients, so call us at 270-776-2020 to make an appointment with Wilkins Eye Care in Franklin. 19-11 is our score. Lady Cats leading it with 3:04 left before halftime. I don't think that this game has gone how Greenwood would like it to in terms of pace, but considering the turnovers, TB, and just frankly how many possessions have not ended with shots, whether it be from a live ball turnover or pass thrown out of bounds, if you're Greenwood, I don't think you're upset being down 8 points right now.
You're not upset. And in fact, turn it around this quarter. We talked about in the first quarter, they shot 3 for 6, not many shot attempts. Right now they're shooting 2 for 7, and so, or excuse me, 2 for 6. So in the 5 minutes they have, they've shot as many shot attempts, and so they're kind of starting to get them up.
Ball goes into the left corner. Savage, timeout, takes a 3 and buries a 3. She needed that one.
And that ended a drought that she has so desperately wanted to get out of in this game.
I think that feels good for everybody to see go through. It's Franklin Simpson, but the answer comes on the block as Hendricks gets inside and scores her first bucket.
And a quick behind-the-back dribble. I mean, she is really good at driving, creating space, and to shoot over Larisha, who's coming over to block her shot. I mean, that was pretty incredible.
She's a really talented player. Savage, left corner, tries another 3, hits another 3. Come on!
And again, when she starts seeing the fall, we can see this rain begin to pour.
25-13 now. Franklin Simpson, back-to-back 3s for Sav after she went 0 for 9 against Franklin County. Pass thrown away on the far side, out of bounds to Franklin Simpson.
And we've talked about it in games past. If they can get her going, that opens up the game for this Franklin Simpson team, because they're going to have to respect that shot and not allow her to shoot open from the corner.
1:55 left before halftime. It's 25-13. Ray hits Brown. She's wide open from 6 feet away. Good contest, though, from Nealon to force the miss, and it's cleared down low by Hendricks. She'll bring it across half court, uses a crossover dribble to get past Brown, then lost it, but it's recovered in the corner. Now sent up top to Savannah White. On the elbow, Morrison tried to bounce pass. It was too late to Hendricks, and it's stolen away by Brown. 2-on-1 for Franklin Simpson. Lanaya keeps it herself. A clean block down there. Nealon's playing a great game for Greenwood in the post. Blocked the shot initially. Then we'll see if there's a foul underneath against Franklin Simpson, or if they just say it's Greenwood ball. Or was it batted out by Greenwood? It was. So it was last touched by the Lady Gators. Franklin Simpson will inbound underneath their own basket.
And back on Nealon, I mean, she just has a great presence down low and just able to play without fouling.
Butler on the right elbow. Pass outside, gives it to Savage. Left wing, thought about a heat check. Cawthorn wants to hit 3. It was right on line, but short and out of bounds to Greenwood.
And if I mean, I know this whole arena wanted to see Savage go for another 3, a little heat check.
Larisha went 2 for 2 on 3-pointers against Henderson County in the 3rd game of the season. She's now 0 for 11 over the last 14 games. White, left side, fires up a triple for Greenwood. Missed it short, but chased down her own rebound. Gets inside, runner blocked away by Smith. Rebounded by Butler. 55 seconds left in the quarter. Gives it off to Smith. Crossover dribble, gets inside, stuck on a double team, and was fouled before she could pass it off to Brown on the block.
And a great awareness to not allow just a free runner to the hoop. And again, Greenwood getting a lot more shot attempts up this quarter, but Franklin Simpson's defense, I mean, they're not going to allow you to even get
Correct.
easy looks outside of that 1 3-pointer.
Ray will inbound. Surveying, gets it into Smith at the last moment, that it's batted around and will go out of bounds on the baseline. And we'll stay with Franklin Simpson for another try.
And this is where you usually see some money plays from basketball teams. The under out of bounds play is one of the most effective ways to get an easy bucket. And so they had a good look right there, trying to get it to Chloe on the block, just couldn't handle it.
Looking at getting it into Cawthorn. It's deflected and saved at the last moment. Another good play made by Nealon, who deflected the pass, went on the floor to get it, and then was able to get rid of it. Now it goes up to Morrison, and White will bring it across half court to Hendricks on the right side. 35 seconds left before halftime. 25-13, Franklin Simpson leads. Morrison to Nealon. She tries a three from up top, missed long, and Cawthorn has it. 25 seconds left in the quarter. Up ahead to Leah Spencer. Fakes once, goes up with a second try. Nealon with another block. Then we'll get a foul underneath against Spencer fighting to get it back.
And again, her presence down low, I don't think that Franklin has really played against somebody that has the awareness of disrupting a lot of these shots.
So Greenwood will inbound underneath the Franklin Simpson basket with 19 seconds to work with. It's caught initially by Spadell. She's triple teamed. Lanaya Brown comes in to rip it away, and just as she got the ball, a jump ball is called. And the arrow will send it to Franklin Simpson anyway.
And you hear everybody gasp because she really just stole that away from her.
It looked like a football player just ripping it out of the arms of a running back. As Ray will inbound underneath. Savage, Cawthorn, Brown on the floor. Into Cawthorn. Her 8-foot jumper is perfect. She's got 8. Lady Cats extend their lead just before the end of the half. 10 seconds left in the quarter. Ball stuck up top. White gets it on the right wing, gives it up on the baseline. Jumper up and rattles home for Spinell. She's got 7 in this opening half and is able to connect with one more before the horn, as Franklin Simpson, not as maybe explosive of an offensive first half as they would have liked, but the defense continues to get the job done, and it's 27-15 Franklin Simpson after the opening half of play. We'll step away. When we come back, we get you the stats from that opening half, and we'll also preview a bit of what we'll see between the Wildcats and the Gators in the second half of our doubleheader. Again, the second quarter tonight was brought to you by Wilkins Eye Care. Call them at 270-776-2020 to make an appointment. 27-15.
Mr. Smith, what was that call about last Friday night?
Well, Doc, I thought he crossed the line.
I'm pretty sure everyone in the stands thought you were the one that crossed the line with that call.
I guess I get that all the time, Doc.
Well, I'm glad you finally came in here to get your eyes checked at Wilkins Eye Care.
And like I said, I hear that all the time.
Go Cats!
Wilkins Eye Care, 705 North Main Street, Franklin, Kentucky.
Join us for a magical day at the FSHS Princess Tea on February 15th. Meet your favorite princesses and beloved Disney characters in person. Each ticket comes with a special princess swag bag filled with enchanting surprises. And that's not all. Your ticket includes one free ticket to the FSHS production of The Little Mermaid, an unforgettable experience. Click the QR code now to purchase your tickets today and make memories that will last a lifetime. See you at the Princess Tea.
Coming through there. Kendra's the background still drowning us out now. Okay, I'll keep working. I've got another one, but I don't know if it'll work. Because I've tried this one before and it just didn't work at all, but we'll see.
For a place to connect, grow, and worship, discover Franklin First United Methodist Church in downtown Franklin. Join us every Sunday for 2 uplifting services. Experience our traditional service at 9 a.m., where hymns and heartfelt messages bring our community together. Or come to our contemporary worship service at 11 a.m., where you'll find a lively atmosphere filled with modern music and inspiration. No matter where you are on your faith journey, there's a place for you here. Join us this Sunday at Franklin First United Methodist Church. We can't wait to welcome you home.
What makes us special is that we look for the story when it comes to our customers.
Just listening to them, talking to them, figuring out a little bit about their background. A larger bank is not going to ask you those questions to figure out the end goal for you.
We stuck with Franklin Bank and Trust for over 10 years, easily because of the service.
I like to think of us more than just checking accounts and loans and things, but dreams and goals and aspirations is what we're trying to help people reach.
Franklin Bank and Trust, hometown banking at its best.
I don't do the most, but I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot. Coming in hot. Shoot that. Hey, why not? Yeah, coming in hot. Just like the fajita. I write what I live. My life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow.
There are buttons to button, snacks to prepare, math problems to help with, and boo-boos to kiss. If you have people who need you, you need life insurance. Talk to a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent about a policy that protects the ones you love. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
Mavericks, coached by Cindy Downey and Maura Downey. The Raptors, coached by Nick Nemo. The Rockets, coached by Josh Phillips and Brian Wood.
Let's see.
The Spurs, coached by
Because here I can hear us really, even with him talking, I can hear us fine. So it's something happening here. But I don't quite understand why it's happening.
Daniel Hoskins. And now our 5th and 6th grade league. Here's the Bucks, coached by
Kendra, let me, I'll try to call you and we'll see if it sounds better that way, okay? I don't think it will, though, but it might.
The Knicks, coached by Jeffrey Phillips and Howard Van Dyke and John Garrett.
Hello, can you hear me? Is it still like it was? You didn't sound very enthused. I don't understand that. I'm still very perplexed. That's my stance on the situation. Because that turns us off. I don't think we need that.
Go Davis.
Is this any better, Kendra? I don't think you could you hear me for the last 20 seconds? I'm going to guess not. Okay, my other idea was take this, put it there, and then switch those two. I don't think that did anything. That was my other grand idea. Our mixer might just be gone bad. I think there's potential that it's just gone bad. Well, I guess there's one other option. Do this. I don't know if that's going to help. And also do that. All right, so is it still hard to hear us, Kendra? Is it still hard to hear us? I think that gives the answer. Okay, well, we'll go to that. All right, well, I'll go to that and we'll see what happens. I think his thing might have finally given out, this piece of junk. But it's weird because I can hear her. Kendra, I'm guessing you can hear us great. I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah, I could tell it seems to be pretty wonky. I still don't really know what's caused it, but we might have to experiment with it before the next game and see if we can solve it. Yeah, we can bring it back. Back with you here at Franklin Simpson High School. We are trying to figure out some stuff on the radio side, so we apologize for the delay there. We understand that the band seems to be very loud, and we are not quite as loud as the band, despite our greatest efforts down here tonight. So we hope you'll bear with us. We're going to do the best that we can. Might have to tweak with some things as the broadcast goes on just to try to figure out how to best make it work. Regardless, here at Franklin Simpson High School, it's still halftime. 27-14 is the Lady Cat lead over Greenwood. Tyler Eaton joined by Tavius Babb. And TB, the big story in that first half for Franklin Simpson defensively, they just did not let Greenwood shoot the ball most of the time in that first half.
Yeah, specifically in that first quarter when, like we talked about, 3 for 6 for shooting. And in the second quarter, I mean, Greenwood just wasn't as efficient as they have been. I think something to note, too, is that the teams aren't really rebounding as much as we thought they would be, even with all these missed shots. The rebounding battle, 11-10 inside of Franklin. The big difference is a couple of those Majayla Butler offensive rebounds. 8 offensive rebounds for Franklin to Greenwood's 4.
Franklin Simpson getting 8 points from Larisha Cawthorn. Jasmine Savage with 6 points with a couple of threes, a couple of big threes in that second quarter. The Lady Cats need her to find a way to get going, and it doesn't just have to be in this game, but 2 threes is good. Just to see her get multiple threes to fall once again is a great sign, because that's something that she did 20 times last year. She's now done it 7 times this season. Regardless of what it looks like, regardless of what time span it stretches out over, she's just got to find her rhythm before postseason play gets here.
Yeah, she does. She really does. And this team just needs some perimeter shooting. We actually saw Larisha shoot off about 4 3-pointers, and I don't know if that was planned. I don't know if they're trying to expand her game so that the defense can't just camp in the paint again. But like you said, right now this team is shooting 10 from 3, but Jasmine Savage shooting 2 for 5, a respectable 40% from 3-point line, and we're going to see if she can really amp that up. And as this team is giving her open shots in the corner, in the wing, we're going to see if she can keep continuing to knock them down.
Lady Cats lead it by 12 at the break, 27-15 as the final seconds tick down before this third quarter of play, brought to you by Clark CPA and Advisory Group at 927 Brookhaven Road in Franklin. As a former athlete at FSHS, Tanner Clark knows a thing about basketball and a thing or two about money. Tax questions or issues that you need consultation for, need bookkeeping or payroll done. Tanner and his team do it all. Call them at 270-586-9899. Starting 5 on the floor for both teams to start the second half. Lanaya Brown, Jasmine Savage, Vanessa Ray in the front court of Larisha and Chloe for Franklin Simpson. And actually one change for Greenwood, which I think is a smart one to start this second half. They bring in Ava Morrison off the bench. They go with that 2-big lineup with her and Nealon both in the ball game, as well as the guards, White Hendricks, who is averaging 11 points per game on the season, had just 2 in that opening half, and Molly Spadell, who's their leading scorer so far with 7 points. And immediately Hendricks collects the inbound pass and in 3 seconds walks as she steps into the front court.
And I was about to say, honestly, I think Nealon has been their best player, just really weathering a storm for Franklin Simpson. She has altered so many shots down in the paint, and without her, this lead could have been blown up even more.
She's done a little bit of everything for them, and the main thing that she's been doing is that shot blocking. Brown holds it on the right wing, gives it up to Cawthorn. Lanaya 4 points in the opening quarter, none since. Jasmine Savage wants to pick up where she left off. Her corner 3 rattled out. Brown had the offensive rebound and an open putback look, but she pushed it long, and it's rebounded down low by Spadell for Greenwood.
Quality look that you want it to have, and you're just going to want to work on those as the game progresses.
Ball goes on the right wing to Spadell. Waits for a screen from Morrison. Dribbles to her left side. Picks up her dribble. Has contact with Ray. Falls down, and they're going to call Vanessa for the foul.
And it's okay to be a little aggressive. Honestly, haven't been too many foul calls outside of the last, minute or so in that second quarter. If you're Franklin Simpson, you're okay with fouling here and there, just really being aggressive, going for these steals, not allowing Greenwood to get up any shot attempts.
Ball goes into the corner. Spadell had it knocked away, being pressured by Savage. Elbowing both ways, trying to find any room. It's got to be close to a 5-second, closely guarded, and it is. As Coach T. Spencer's down there holding up his 5. He made the call before the official, and that'll send it back to Franklin Simpson with 7:07 left in the quarter.
And we'll count the tracker here. That's 2 straight possessions for Greenwood without a shot attempt, both ending in turnovers.
That's what we said plagued them in the opening quarter in particular. Franklin Simpson led 15-7 after 1, and they haven't looked back since. Started this game on an 8-0 run. Savage has it up top, sends it back into the left corner to Brown, to Smith on the baseline. Tried to kick it outside, but it's tipped and then it's picked off. And now sent up into the front court, but losing it down there after she had an open look was White, and then Cawthorn was able to come from behind and knock it out of bounds.
I think she started hearing footsteps as Larisha was sprinting down the court like prom LeBron James in 2012.
Larisha had an amazing chase down block up at the 2-way. As Smith comes out, Talia Spencer back in down low. Hendricks to inbound, being guarded by Cawthorn. Gets it into Morrison, gets it right back in the corner. Step back, going to try a 3 over Larisha. Rattles off, no. But the rebound is chased down again by Nealon. Out to Hendricks, guarded by Cawthorn. Pulls it out deep on the right elbow, goes down low. Morrison against Spencer. Throws up the baby hook and gets it to go. Rare you see a hook shot go in from that angle without the backboard, but just basically slammed it in off the back of the rim.
And that was just technically sound footwork right there to get a good look at the basket.
27-17, 6:10 left, third quarter. Ray up top. Lady Cats just passing it around the perimeter. Now it goes to Savage. Down low, Cawthorn. One-on-one, puts it on the floor, gets baseline. The double team comes late, misses the first try, gets it back, and she's into double figures with 10.
And that's the hard part about guarding Larisha, is that she is so strong. Even if you do alter her shot, you're going to get pushed back a couple feet to where she's able to get her own offensive rebound.
Hendricks brings it across. Now they work it around the perimeter, deep on the left wing. White has it. Sends it left side. Spadell wants another 3 and knocks it down. She's got 10.
And she is starting to heat up right now for this team, and she's really keeping this Greenwood team in the game. A 9-point lead for Franklin Simpson.
7th time she's been in double figures. As Cawthorn gets it baseline, her mid-range jumper misses, but the rebound goes out of bounds. Last touched by the Lady Gators. Good job by Spencer to force that issue. As Chloe Smith will check back in, Talia will come out, and the Lady Cats will inbound underneath their own basket.
And I think if you're Franklin Simpson, you got to run some kind of action to not allow Nealon to be the one guarding Larisha. She has altered so many shots.
Savage, top of the key, tees off, rattles off the left side, goes to the right side of the basket. Rays charges in, gets the board, and knocks down the layup.
I mean, she sprinted in to get that rebound.
We're only used to seeing her do that in transition. Morrison trying to go to work down low, but Ray just comes up and rips it away. Morrison tripped her up, no call, but gets it off to Savage. To Smith. Chloe, ball on the floor. Brown, baseline, gets caught between 2 defenders, sends it out to Smith. Drives in from the right wing, now pulls it out to the baseline, gives it out to Cawthorn. Ray, middle of the paint, darts it. Smith, inside, missed the layup, and it's rebound by Spadell. That was good ball movement, just never really got a good look from it. Greenwood rotated well. Hendricks into the front court, right wing, crosses from left to right, gets caught with a trap, now gives it off to the big Nealon.
And I know Hendricks has to be frustrated with not really being able to find any open looks.
Bedell up top, guarded by Smith, was able to get around her off a hard closeout, try to run her, but had it blocked. Chloe brings it into the front court herself, now waits for Ray and gives it to her at the midcourt logo as they'll set up a play with 4:10 left in the third quarter.
And here we should look for some kind of action.
Cawthorn is the beneficiary of the action, got it 6 feet from the basket, but missed her jumper short. Then it's knocked out of bounds to stay with Franklin Simpson. As Majayla Butler comes in and Savage goes out.
And this is where we're gonna see if this team can become mentally tough. I mean, they're up 11, but right now they're shooting 2 for 9 from the field in this third quarter.
Smith checking her options. Goes to Cawthorn, contested at the right elbow, was able to bring it in anyways, and then fouled trying a 6-foot jumper. will be the first 2 free throws of the game for Larisha Cawthorn, who is averaging 6.3 attempts per game.
And again, I think something Franklin needs to look at, if they can, is trying to have some kind of screen, not allowing somebody just to be attached to her hip immediately when she catches the ball.
Cawthorn's first free throw good. Continues the momentum that she gained in the second game with a 2-way. First game, couldn't hardly get anything to go at the free throw line. Went 2 for 8, and then the second game comes out and goes 7 for 9. Bends and fires the second of these 2. That one rattles off. Rebound is tipped, and Nealon chases it down. Off to Morrison, who pitches to Hendricks, and she'll bring it into the front court for the Lady Gators. 32-20 is our score. Hendricks crosses over at the wing, gets inside, flips up a runner, gets it to go, and the foul.
And that's Greenwood. I guess outside of, I don't know if in the possession before you counted that as a block or if you counted that as a steal. But nevertheless, they're shooting, if you want to count that as a block, they're shooting 3 for 5 right now in this quarter. Excellent for her. And for Hendricks, I mean, we've seen it time and time again. She fakes with her left shoulder and goes right as she makes the free throw. Fakes with her left shoulder and immediately goes right. And again, we talk about Jakai having a quick first step. She also does as well.
She's going to be a really good player. Just an 8th grader, has great ball handling, but she's really fast with the ball. Had a really quick first step. As the free throw made it a 9-point game. 32-23, Ray has it up top. Thought about a mid-range jumper, instead goes to Butler on the wing. Back to Ray, puts it on the floor, gets inside, tries a 6-footer and gets it to go off the back iron.
And that was over their tallest player too. That was a tough shot by Vanessa.
Near side, Hendricks brings it up. Guarded by Butler. This is the matchup to watch. These are the matchups that Majela has been taking. Holding it up top is Morrison, fakes a pass, puts it on the floor, gets inside, missed the 6-footer. Brown came to contest, and Ray gets the rebound. Vanessa crosses from right to left, now kicks it out to Brown. To Smith, top of the key, tees off for 3. Missed it long. Cawthorn fights for the board, brings it down, goes up between a double team, and is fouled again on the putback try.
And they're really, really working on, really taking a lot of outside shots this quarter. They're really trying to find their look, and I guess when you have a Larisha Cawthorn down there who can get a lot of offensive rebounds, it's a lot easier to start teeing off from 3.
Cawthorn takes her dribbles, bends, fires, and hits.
You talked about before the game started, right? 1,000 plus rebounds. You know, you said that she had a lot of rebounds between then and now.
She's closer to 1,100 than she is 1,000.
Exactly, but again, it just shows how those rebounds don't just come by chance. I mean, that's a lot of effort that puts into it, and she has been one as she makes the second free throw to really show she's going to give it her all.
We don't have the official number, but there's no telling how many are offensive rebounds as Ray surges in, picks off the inbounds pass, and then she's fouled on a layup try. The Lady Cats took 1 free throw in the first half of this game, and this will be tries number 5 and 6 of this third quarter alone. Nessa's first fired up quickly, misses long.
But to go back on I think you were about to say about the offensive rebounding for Larisha, I would dare to say her offensive and defensive rebounds are kind of really close, 50-50.
Yeah.
I mean, tonight, 5 offensive, 2 defensive.
Vanessa gets the second free throw to go. Got rebounds on the brain now. 37-23 is the Franklin Simpson lead with 2:30 left in the quarter, and Greenwood has to take another timeout against the Franklin Simpson pressure. Lady Cats lead at 37-23 in this third quarter, brought to you by Clark CPA and Advisory Group and 927 Haven Road in Franklin. As a former athlete at FSHS, Tanner Clark knows a thing or two about basketball and
special is that we look for the story when it comes to our customers.
Just listening to them, talking to them, figuring out a little bit about their background. A larger bank is not going to ask you those questions to figure out the end goal for you.
We stuck with Franklin Bank and Trust for over 10 years, easily because of the service.
I like to think of us more than just checking accounts and loans and things, but dreams and goals and aspirations is what we're trying to help people reach.
Franklin Bank and Trust, hometown banking at its best.
this game. Maybe there are some that have been left out there for Franklin Simpson that they would have preferred finish with points, but I think there have been a lot of good looks generated in the half court for the Lady Cats in this game.
Yeah, and I think most of the good looks came when they were able to move the ball around the court, and then when they've gotten the ball down in the short corner or on the free throw line, magic has happened for them. Some just not converting. And again, as Larisha picks up another foul, they're trying to steal the ball. I think if Franklin can really just hone in on moving the ball around the free throw line and finding the open person, and I think they can shoot a lot better percentage and get a lot of easier looks than just putting it up in front of somebody.
Hendricks brings it across half court after Cawthorn fouled, trying to get the steal on the inbound, just her first of the game. Hendricks over, dribbles, trying to get around Butler, can't. She's cut off on the baseline and has to give it up on the right wing to Spadell. Drives in against Smith, picks up her dribble on the block, 2 spin moves, and she has to fire it back out to White. Very quiet night for Savannah White, scoreless in this one, averaging 9 points per game on the season. Spadell got away with a walk in the middle of paint, and then Lanaya Brown stole it away on the far wing anyways. Lanaya takes her time and finishes on the right block.
The Greenwood players just fell asleep right there, and Lanaya Brown able to tee off, and right now the defensive pressure is really amping up. These players one-on-one are playing great defensively as Vanessa Ray with another steal in the game.
Picks off the pass, brings it across half court herself, stops at the top of the key, goes down low. Cawthorn, beautiful entry pass, and she's fouled from behind again.
That's 6 turnovers in this quarter for Greenwood. They were doing well in the beginning of the quarter, getting some quality looks up, but just not able, at least in the last few possessions, to really find something to work.
Cawthorn takes her dribbles. She's 3 for 4 at the line in this quarter, make it 4 for 5. Near 70% on the season. Was it 65% last year? The senior did to Tennessee Tech once this season ends, averaging 23 points, 11 rebounds per game. Fires up the second free throw, and it swishes home. I'm sure she, just like the rest of this team, is happy to be back home.
Don't you love to see that?
And the lead is ballooned up to 18. It's 41-23.
I mean, right now, Franklin is playing defense like, as the ball flies at me, they're playing defense like a bunch of cornerbacks on wide receivers right now.
Morrison threw it to Spadell. It went off Spadell's foot. And you and Mama Savage, I think collectively, we'll give you both half a catch for that one, although really Mama Savage took about 3/4 of it.
We'll give it to her.
Smith gets it in the corner to Cawthorn on the baseline, back out Smith. Thought about the triple, now gives it off to Ray. Back to Chloe. This time she's going to shoot the 3. Misses off the front iron. An offensive rebound. The putback no good for Butler. Brown fighting for it, and she's fouled underneath.
Don't you love to see Majayla Butler really digging down deep in the trenches, getting those offensive rebounds?
I think they're actually just going to say it was out of bounds off of Greenwood, which works out anyway. It's a baseline inbound. Ray into Downey. Now Cawthorn. Larisha bumped as she was driving in. Was able to bank it in. If she had continuation, it was good. But instead, she'll have 2 free throws regardless, because that should be the 5th on Greenwood.
And something to note there on the beginning of that offensive possession, I would love to see Franklin, when they do get it in that short corner, as soon as they kick it back out to whip that ball around and keep the defense on their toes, I think they would have got a better shot beginning the possession, as if they didn't just stand with the ball after they initially caught it back on the perimeter again.
So Cawthorn will take 2 more free throws after the 3rd foul on Ava Morrison, the backup big who has played a lot of minutes in this game alongside of Nealon. They've gone with a 2-big lineup, which is not normal for this Greenwood team, as Cawthorn makes another free throw. She is 6 for 7 at the line, all in this quarter, up to 16 points for the game. And the second rattles all the way around and off, but Smith got an offensive rebound, puts it on the floor, drops, steps, and draws a foul of her own.
And again, that's what this team is great at, right? Ranked top, one of the top rebounding teams in the state. Another offensive rebound in the 3rd quarter alone. That's 6 for this Franklin Simpson team.
First free throw for Chloe Smith. Perfect. She was right there with Larisha for the team leaders last year, around that 65% mark. And her number has really soared as this year has gone on. Got off to a slow start at the free throw line, has climbed back up to 61%, which is exactly what she did last year, was sub 50% for the first half of the season, then finished at 65. Second of these two, switches home. She's got 4. That's exactly what she had in both 2A tournament games. And Michaela Butler nearly gets another steal. She picked off the pass, but then stepped on the baseline. It's now a 21-point lead all of a sudden for Franklin Simpson, 44-23.
And it all started on the defensive end.
White gets the inbound. She's being hounded. Back to Nealon, guarded by Cawthorn. They have not got 4 feet off the baseline. Nealon picks up her dribble, and Greenwood takes another timeout. They have taken 4 just from the Franklin Simpson pressure. With 54 seconds left before we get to the final quarter, it's
exaggerative, but I don't remember this Greenwood team in the last couple minutes taking a shot, let alone in the past.
Well, like I said, on
that
last possession off the inbound before the timeout, they did not get 5 feet past the baseline. That's as far as they got. We'll see if they can break past that mark this time.
And we talked about it, right? They just look like cornerbacks guarding wide receivers.
And they try to throw one over the top of the corner. Larisha Cawthorn, who has none of it, picks up her. I mean, if she were an NFL player, her pass deflections would set a record as she knocks that one into our table here. And Greenwood will try again with 53 seconds left in the quarter. Hendricks gets it in the backcourt, and now Franklin Simpson relents into the half court and lets her bring it across the half court line. Hendricks guarded by Butler, goes right, spins back left, getting nowhere. Has to pitch it off to Spadell, wraps around the perimeter, tries to hand it back to Hendricks. Butler denies, it goes inside, now a kick out right corner. White tries a 3, missed it short, and it's rebounded by Chloe Smith. Brown falls down without the ball. It goes ahead to Cawthorn anyway, and she scores.
And oh my goodness, this defensive pressure, even with Larisha failing at a steal, the rotation helped this defensive team.
It goes up ahead to Hendricks. They finally break the pressure, and Hendricks scores. That's only because they were playing 4-on-5 because Brown was still out of the play after she'd fallen down. She's up now and on the left side for Franklin Simpson. Butler has it up top. Now to Smith. Nobody checked the clock, and it expires. And the quarter comes to a close. It's a merciful close for Greenwood, who was finally able to get a bucket and break the run there at the end of the quarter, but it's 46-25 Franklin Simpson as we head into the final frame here at Franklin Simpson High School. You're listening to Lady Cat Basketball on 92.3 WFKN. Let's do a minute. Let me try these. We'll try.
There are buttons to button, snacks to prepare, math problems to help with, and boo-boos to kiss. If you have people who need you, you need life insurance. Talk to a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent about a policy that protects the ones you love. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
Kendra, I have an idea we tried during the extended break after this game. One quarter left from Franklin Simpson High School, where the Lady Cats lead Greenwood 46-25. 25. It was a free throw showcase in that last quarter for Franklin Simpson. They go 9 for 12 as a team at the stripe. They're 10 for 13 for the game, and the margin right now plus 21 for Franklin Simpson. As we get the quarter underway, Greenwood will get the ball first. Ball held up top by Tandy. Hasn't played much in this game with all the minutes for Ava Morrison, but she's got 4 for Greenwood. They're going to have to with one now, that being Nealon. Right wing tries to get around Downey, doesn't, but instead gets bumped on the hip, and they'll get Sanaya for the foul.
And again, it's just this defensive tenacity of Franklin. You're going to live with a couple of fouls like that as long as these girls are playing hard as they are. And not giving up many shot attempts to begin with. I have 25 total attempts for this Greenwood team, 45 for Franklin.
As Cawthorn tips a pass, and ball gets knocked around. A jump ball will be called that sends it to Franklin anyways.
And as I mentioned, those shot attempts, I mean, again, 45 to Franklin, but how many free throw attempts the attempts aren't the free throw attempts, getting fouled shooting jumpers, so.
Cawthorn pitch, gets it right back, sends it out, Savage in the corner. Had a look, but the pass wasn't clean, and instead they'll kick it around. On the baseline, Cawthorn tries to hit a cutting Butler, but he does. I guess Larisha stepped on the baseline as they send it back to Greenwood. It's still 46 to 25. Hendricks gets it front court. They set up another one of those Hail Mary passes for her. She's one-on-one with Ray. Vanessa goes down. Call either way. Layup is missed. It's boarded down there again by Nealon, who had it knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay with Greenwood.
And even though Vanessa got on the ground there, I mean, that was great one-on-one defense. I mean, she was on an island in front of the whole basket and prevented a score right there.
They actually get Downey for her second foul. Comes into the corner, Savannah White, who is still scored in this game and then has it knocked away and touched it last on the far side. Just a frustrating night for the senior White. Nothing doing for her in this ball game. They've only had 4 score. Spins with her 10. Scored 5 third quarter. But really offensively, they have not been able to get anything going. Cawthorn fakes a 3 up top, sends it to Savage, left wing. Pushed it long, rebound deflected, and Downey chases it down the baseline. Cawthorn gets inside, off the pass. 5-foot jumper, missed long, had her own rebound, but then was fouled as she tried to put it back on the floor. That foul called on Tandy with 6:40 left in the ball game and a 21-point Franklin Simpson lead.
And we've talked about it, the offensive rebounds for this team as Mackenzie Taylor checks in there. And again, we talked about it a few games ago about the three-point shooting for her in that one performance where she shot 2 for 4 as Franklin gives it away. And we talked about it, just being able to have that presence of being able to have the threat from 3.
Yes. Ball goes down low. Nealon. Now they go left side, Hendricks. Guarded loosely by Ray. Stepped back and gave Hendricks room to fire. Missed it long anyway as Taylor chases down the rebound. Off to Butler. And Majela gives it to Vanessa Ray, and she'll bring it up against this Greenwood pressure. Had it knocked away, though, and they're going to say that it touched the body of Vanessa last. This is the first time we've really seen Greenwood press like this. I don't know if Franklin Simpson was ready, and they turn it over in the backcourt.
Yeah, I don't think they were prepared and ready for it. I mean, that was 2 people down there against Vanessa and just nothing that she could have done.
And now Lanaya Brown will come in to handle that as Vanessa comes out. Right wing, Hendricks has it, puts it on the floor, step back 3 over Butler. Missed off the left side, was a nice move, couldn't finish. And Cawthorn brings it up for the Lady Cats. Larisha into the front court with ease. Shovels back to Savage, now into the corner. Mackenzie Taylor's all alone. Doesn't get the 3-pointer to go, opposite side. Brown rips the rebound away and scores.
And these girls are just so tough when they're getting offensive rebounds. I mean, she, again, just literally ripping the ball away from her.
Right corner. This time White's going to fire a 3, and there's her first bucket of the game.
And I know she wanted that one as a full court press or a zone for this team.
Looks like a 2-2-1 set up in the full court as Coach Taylor didn't like what she was seeing for her Lady Cats against it. And a timeout is taken with 5:31 left in the ball game. 48-28 is the Franklin Simpson lead. Full timeout taken by the Lady Cats. We'll stay here as Greenwood, a team that...
I don't do the most, but I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. Coming in hot. Yeah, coming in hot. Just like the fajita. I write what I live. My life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow.
Through the season.
Lady Cats looking to move to 15-2 on the season and again collect win number 100 in the career of head coach Ashley Taylor. So stick around for our post-game show as she'll be with us. If you're listening on the radio side, we're going to continue to try and work through whatever it is. We've got some volume issues going on with our mixers. I'm not the most technologically gifted person.
You've been doing this for a long time, man. You should have this down.
I've been doing the talking for a long time. The technological stuff, man, it's moving too fast for me. We'll try to get it figured out, though. With 5:31 left in this game, Lady Cats trying to figure out how to cruise their way to win number 15 on the season. Butler's inbound goes to Savage. Over to Cawthorn on the right side. Juggled it for a moment, but then got it back. To Sav, right wing. Thought about stepping into a three, but instead kicks it out to Cawthorn. Jasmine hit 2 in the second quarter. Those are the 2 threes in this game for the Lady Cats. Brown, cross-court pass deflected and stolen away. Good play by Briley Cannon, who we see for the first time for the Lady Gators. Now it goes back up top to Hendricks. Hendricks tees one up over Butler and hits from the left wing. She's into double figures with 10.
And I was going to mention it beforehand, that they're 4 for 15 as a team from three-point range.
Butler out to Cawthorn, over to Brown, fakes the extra pass, gets inside, now sends it up to Savage. Guarded by Hendricks. 4:45 left in the game. Cawthorn, baseline, Brown, free throw line, gets to the block and scores.
And what a pro hop right there by Lanaya to get down low. Again, for somebody who's very undersized, she is great down in the paint.
She scored all 4 in the quarter for Franklin Simpson as a three-pointer misses for Hendricks, but an offensive rebound generates a look for White. Her shot pushed long. Brown chases down the rebound. It's 50-37 Lady Cats. Cawthorn brings it front court. Gets all the way to the left block through 3 defenders. Missed the layup. Offensive rebound collected by Butler, and she'll take a pair of free throws.
Yeah, who other to get another offensive rebound than Majayla Butler? That's, for Majayla Butler, that is her 5th offensive rebound of the game. 6 total for her. She has been phenomenal.
And a chance to set a career high if she can make one of these 2 free throws. It's also the 4th foul on Nealon. Butler 5 points on the opening quarter. And allow me to correct that. I said 50-37. That's a 31. I had a conversation with Brian Davis about this as we were on our way to Owensboro. Those red lights on the black scoreboard can be a little testy. Butler's first free throw misfired. Smith comes in. Taylor out. Vanessa Ray will check in for Majayla if she can hit the second free throw and secure the career high.
And maybe a little more if you're colorblind too, like somebody like yourself.
Butler's free throw goes. She did it for me. That was in solidarity. She's got a career high with 6. She'll check out. Ray in. And the Lady Cats have a 20-point lead.
Phenomenal game by Majayla Butler. Defensively and offensively.
Knew she'd have some extra minutes with Hendricks in that backcourt, and she's been great on both sides of the ball. White has it on the far side, gives it over to Hendricks, nearly goes over and back, but does a good job of staying in the front court. Back to White, fakes the 3. They're just passing it from wing to wing. Hendricks is going to shoot over a double team, missed it short, and Brown gets the rebound.
And they're going to live with that, those long 3-point shots.
Lanaya used a hesitation dribble at half court to draw a foul against Camber Morgan. 3rd on Greenwood. Lady Cats with just 2 fouls in this 4th quarter. Now Brown will inbound from the far sideline. Gives it to Cawthorn at the elbow. Jabs right, drives left, kick out. Savage all alone in the corner. Fouled. She hits the 3 and 1.
And don't you love to see that happen? Again, we talk about it. When the ball gets in the free throw line, magic happens. Larisha, a great find. The defense suffocating on her. And Jasmine Savage, a bomb from the corner.
Sav will go to the line to try to complete the 4-point play and get into double figures. She's hit 3 threes tonight. A welcome sight. And actually, she steps back from the line. They're going to say that she hit the three and the foul was something away from the ball. I'm going to stay excited because she hit her third three of the night. And now Franklin Simpson steals it back anyways. They said you were going to give us one. You took that away. We'll take two. As Lanaya Brown scores in transition, she's in a double figures. She's got 12 points.
Yeah, I believe that. I thought if somebody was fouled, even in the shooting, somebody else, you get that free throw, but maybe I'm wrong.
Ball deflected out of bounds on the far side. It's Larisha with the active hand. She's got 18 points in this game. None in this fourth quarter, but has continued to be active defensively. Lady Cats for a while were stuck on just the 2 points from Brown in this quarter. And this is what they do. They go on these runs, 2 or 3 of them a game. And you're usually going to get one late in a game to put a team away. White tries to answer and does. Her second three of the quarter comes from the left corner. She's got 6. And Greenwood continues to just kind of scrap around in this one. Savage up ahead. Talia Spencer's wide open, but then tried to make the extra pass to Brown on the opposite block. She was expecting Talia to shoot it, and Lanaya lost it off the hand out of bounds.
Yeah, Greenwood right now 3 for 8 in the quarter from 3-point range. And they're just going to look to, if they get anywhere close, they're just putting it up.
Ball goes into the left corner, trying to drive is Morgan. She's cut off by Smith. Dribbles it back out, now sends it on the left side to Cannon. To Hendricks. Up top, good closeout from Spencer to force a late pass, and Lanaya Brown picks it up. Lanaya in transition, gets all the way to the rim, scores through the body of Hendricks.
And again, somebody that's just amazing in transition. 14 points, 5 rebounds, and a plethora of steals for Lanaya.
She's 2 off a season high. She's got 14. Driving in and losing it on the way to the basket is Tandy. Savage up with it for Franklin Simpson. And a substitution timeout will be called for the Lady Cats with 2:19 left and a 58-34 lead.
And a great showing by these Lady Cats. They had some offensive struggles like you talked about, not shooting the ball particularly well in the second and third quarter. But again, when this team really gets it going, they can run with the best of them. 5 for 9 from the field in this quarter. 1 for 3 from 3 in the quarter.
Rigsby, Riley, Luttrell, Taylor, and Spencer on the floor for Franklin Simpson as Riley is found in the backcourt trying to bring it up by Camber Morgan. 2:15 left in the ball game. Greenwood will bring in some subs as well. Lily Paget gets her first minutes for the Lady Gators. Riley gets the inbound to Taylor on the left wing. Left-handed dribble now right back up top to the young Abby Riley. Tries to get it back to Taylor, but it's stolen away. Good job by Morgan to jump that pass. Goes to the right block and scores.
Just a great job in transition for this Gator team to find something that they really haven't been able to find.
Rigsby, cross court, nice find on the left block, wide open, and dropping it in was Becca Luttrell. There was nobody near her. Was a good cross-court find from Rigsby to hit her on the block. And the Lady Cats have 60 points, up by 24. Right block drive, layup misses long for Morgan. But the Lady Cats can't control the rebound, and Greenwood will keep it underneath their own basket.
And this Lady Cat team, again, just really showed their dominance in that big run in the fourth quarter. And honestly, I mean, the first quarter is where they did a lot of their damage.
The 8-0 run to start the game.
Yeah.
Didn't look back from that start as driving in and getting bumped was Tandy, so she'll have a pair of free throws. Chance to get her first points of the game. The sophomore averaging 2.2 per game. Madeline Dean, as well as Carmen Phillips, checked in at that last timeout for the Lady Cats. We got 1:26 left in the game. First free throw rattles off. No good for Tandy. Up next for the Lady Cats and the Wildcats, a trip to Logan County in district play on Friday. Both teams 1-0 after opening up district play with a win over Russellville here a couple Fridays ago. Second free throw misses as well, and Riley skies to get the rebound. Fires it up to Rigsby. Now cross-court Dean, back up top Riley with 1:15 left in the ball game. Rigsby comes to get it. She's double-teamed. Dribbles to her right, checks her options, tried to go to Riley, but threw it away. It's picked off. Up the left side comes Paget. Gets to the top of the key, shovels it right side. Three-pointer from Tandy, misses short, but chases down her own rebound. Fires up another three from the wing. That one missed long, and Abby Riley's got another rebound. They're not shy to let it fly.
They have let it fly this whole game.
Madeline Dean's going to let one fly from the right side. It's left short, and the rebound's collected by Paget. 40 seconds left in the ball game. Paget brings it up right wing, gives it off into the corner. Amber Morgan tries to drive, has it cut off, gives it right back to Paget. Back to Morgan, her corner three left short, and Rigsby has the rebound with 30 seconds left. Rigsby bumped, and she'll get 2 free throws as that puts the Lady Cats in the bonus.
Get a couple points, get on the stat sheet in a positive way there if you're Rigsby.
Last time we were here, we saw every single player on the bench for Franklin Simpson score in the win against Russellville. Only 8 bench points tonight, 6 of them a career high for Majayla Butler. As Myla Rigsby will try a pair of free throws.
Missed the first one.
And the second gets her that first point. 22 seconds left in the ball game. Ball goes up top, Paget. They just continue to pass it around that perimeter. Even these Franklin Simpson backups apply the pressure well. Ball kicked into the corner. Shot blocked by Luttrell. Now it goes out of bounds on the baseline with 9 seconds left.
Now this Greenwood team, I mean, like you said, they led. I want to say they've taken 19 threes in this game.
Ball in the right corner, wrapping off the inbound, getting inside, but missing. Again, Tandy, as with 1 second left, the ball goes out of bounds. Riley gets it. She'll take one dribble. The game is over, and head coach Ashley Taylor has win number 100 at Franklin Simpson High School. 61-36 your final score as Franklin Simpson moves to 15-2 on the season. The Lady Gators of Greenwood now 8-8.